Welcome back to the channel, beautiful people. My name is Chu, and today we're going to be going over 6 FL Studio tips and tricks that I consider to be really cool. These will be little quirks and DAW functionalities that have really aided in the progression of my understanding and interaction with FL Studio. And then some of them are just sort of cool. Okay, I have no announcements this video. Get your wristband bundle, it comes with kits and stuff, find out more in the description. Shout out to the comment winner, comment below to be featured in the next video. Drop a like if you learned something new, or just end up enjoying the video. And be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to join a family of dope-ass producers who enjoy really good content. I know for a fact that a bunch of you are not subscribed, but still enjoy this dope weekly content. We know you care, and we love you to death for your viewership. Help us keep the lights on. All it takes is a click. This first one is quick. It's one that you guys ask me a lot about whenever you catch a glimpse of my mixer. So this is the default visual display when audio is playing on a mixer channel. You will simply see the peak of your audio input bouncing up and down like a dynamic bar graph of sorts. There's a button in the top left corner of your mixer HUD that looks like the Battlestar Galactica starship. Whatever, this one. It seems useless, vestigial, but if you click on it, it'll transform your display into this cool moving waveform. And I just think that's pretty neat. So, next is one that has been incredibly clutch ever since I learned it, and that is precision parameter control. Normally, it's pretty difficult to tame the knob or slider movement in FL Studio. I cannot tell you how many times I've been trying to adjust a mixer slider by just a nudge or two, but then my fat sausage fingers move it way past my mark, or so I thought it was the fault of my chunky fingers, until I learned that FL Studio actually lets you increase the precise control of any parameter. You can do this by pressing and holding the control key or command key on Mac, and then proceeding to adjust your parameter as normal. I'll show you a demonstration. On this mixer track, I am moving the slider as I normally would. Now, I am moving the slider while pressing and holding the control key on my keyboard. Notice the tightness and control I have over the movement of the slider now compared to before. Personal fave here. So normally you can right click any knob, slider, any parameter that is native to FL Studio, and you will see an option where you can create an automation clip for said parameter directly into the playlist. The automation clip can then be used to control the ebb and flow of intensity coming from the parameter. Cool, right? Now there arises an issue when you attempt to perform the same maneuver with a parameter from a third-party plugin, that is, one that's not native to FL Studio. You will often find out that there is no way to get a control click menu from which to create the automation clip. Many mistake this for a lack of functionality on FL Studio's part, but there's actually a workaround built in for this purpose. Any adjustable parameter that you wish to create an automation clip, you can do so for by adjusting it slightly, going to the top left of your main FL Studio HUD, and selecting the Tools menu. From here, all you have to do is go to Last Tweaked and select Create Automation Clip. This particular tip has been really helpful in giving me more power and control over my mixes. The ability to use automation clips to make any effects or any instrument sound however I want at any point during the track has given me a lot of new confidence in approaching FL Studio. And the more I practice it, the more my DAW feels like a tool that I'm mastering as opposed to this amorphous monolith of latent potential for which I am way too timid to unlock. Here's another quick one with a lot of utility. So part of the function of your browser in FL Studio is to act as a display for how your computer is relating to and interacting with your DAW. It shows you all the folders on your hard drive that FL Studio has access to. So let's say you download a kit from a site. So you get the kit, you've saved it to your desktop, and you don't know how to access it in your FL Studio browser. Sad face. Well, have no fear because you're closer to your kit than you think. You can access your kit and other folders on your computer by clicking the options menu in your main HUD and selecting the file settings tab. From here, all you have to do is click one of the folders that isn't already assigned to something, navigate the menu that pops up and select your folder. And bam, now you have access to your kit and all of its sweet, sweet glory. Here's a 2-for-1 tip that will keep your channel rack neat and organized. If you ever wanted to rearrange the order of instruments in your rack, you've probably noticed that there's no glaringly obvious way to do this. And for a long time, I believed that it was impossible to do so, but that's not true. You can actually move instruments in your channel rack by selecting your desired instrument, pressing and holding your Alt key, and then navigating with your up and down arrow keys. The second neat channel rack tip that I have for you is that you can actually zip any channel by selecting your desired channel or instrument and using the Alt+Z shortcut. And you can undo this by using the Alt+U keyboard shortcut on the same channel. To the best of my knowledge, this is a vestigial function whose only purpose is to aid with the organization and visual aesthetic presentation of your channel rack. Still pretty cool. So here's another 2-for-1 tip to wrap up. These will be really helpful for visually organizing your mixer. You can move selected mixer tracks left or right by pressing and holding the Alt key and navigating with your left and right arrow keys. And then you can dock mixer tracks to the left or right of your mixer by right-clicking your desired track, going to the Dock To option, and selecting your preference. And of course, the middle option is for if you wanted to return one of these dock tracks back to its original state within the mixer. So there you go. Those were about 6 or so tips that I've learned about FL Studio over my still very new, very fresh 3-year relationship with her. These have saved me a bunch of time, frustration, and heartache. And in some instances, I've even been able to impress some people with my know-how. Hopefully now you can do the same. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you learned something new. Share this video with a producer who could use some help with FL Studio in general. And don't forget to subscribe. If you don't, your FL Studio will crash the next time you use it, your computer will explode, and your hard drive will fall in the toilet. And if that's not enough to convince you, here's a free drum kit. There will be a link in the description if you're interested. Let me know if it worked. Peace.